I often say that the worst decision Donald Trump can make on the campaign trail is simply opening his mouth. Whether it's a speech, an interview, or a town hall, whenever he speaks, he risks damaging his campaign. Sometimes it almost feels like it would be better if he just stood there in silence instead of launching into his 2-hour-long rants. Well, tonight, he had to stop his rally for a reason even more embarrassing than his usual blunders. Let's dive into the highlights of his speech in Nevada tonight, where things went hilariously wrong. Before we jump in, please take a moment to like this video, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to join the community we're building here. Now, let's dig into this disaster of a speech that came to an abrupt halt. Let's start with this clip, which reveals his confusion about language. Trump remarks, "There's something wrong with her," referring to Kamala Harris. When you can't get up and make a speech normally like, "With all the work we do," you'd think you could for 40 minutes. Is he really criticizing Kamala Harris for her speaking style while struggling to articulate his own thoughts? He stumbles over words and awkwardly claims he doesn't even like the word words. This is what a Donald Trump speech looks like. Complaints about nonsensical topics, bizarre claims about windmills causing cancer, and random mentions of McDonald's. He seems lost in an alternate reality, more deranged than ever as he attacks the very language he's failing to use properly. Of course, Trump doesn't shy away from his favorite topic, grievances against the mainstream media. He's especially frustrated with how Kamala Harris's interview on 60 Minutes was portrayed. What they did with her, he insists, is the biggest scandal in broadcast history. If he had appeared for the interview, maybe he'd understand that articulating policy positions isn't a scandal, but a necessity. Instead, he continues his fearful, incoherent ramblings. In an attempt to justify his chaotic speaking style, he tries to explain himself with this bizarre excuse. My answer is they just cut them up so that instead of 4 sentences that are perfect, it's 1 sentence that proceeds back. Honestly, what does that even mean? It seems Trump is in denial about his mental state. But believe it or not, that's not the only reason for the awkward silence during his rally. At one point, a sign fell on his teleprompter, causing him to halt the event completely. "My teleprompter people doing a great job. Thank God I don't use teleprompters too much." I said, "What the hell happened?" The sign fell on top of it. Here we have the man who claims he doesn't need a teleprompter, yet he has to stop his rally to fix one. As his ramblings continued, he claimed, "These are the people that we have coming into our country, and we're now known as an occupied country." What on earth does that even mean? The fear-mongering is disgraceful. Trump also boasted about having the most successful country in history, leaving many wondering when that was. Certainly not during COVID or the economic collapse he left behind for President Biden to clean up. While we're on the subject, Trump took shots at Senator Jackie Rosen, declaring her a disaster while attempting to convince the crowd that Reno has great values. "Can I highlight the wonderful qualities of Reno?" he said, with a hint of uncertainty. It's almost laughable how disconnected he is from reality. Adding to his mounting frustration, former President Barack Obama is out on the campaign trail advocating for Kamala Harris, and you can bet that's driving Trump crazy. He couldn't help but slip into another rambling dig about Obama, referencing the late Rush Limbaugh with nostalgia. Trump's desperation is palpable as he realizes he's losing ground. "Do we want to put that guy back in power?" Trump asks. The answer is a resounding no. It's always been no, and it always will be. And there you have it. The hilariously chaotic night of Donald Trump's rally, filled with confusion, projections, and a teleprompter disaster. What are your thoughts on Trump's recent blunders? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights.